On Saturday, 21st of January, was able to get my first ride on my machine for this year. Headed out to Ivan's cabin and spent the day out there helping him do a bit of work. But going out through the trails was very informative, I guess, for me, as this was my first time making this trek. And this being my second year here, looking forward to learning a few things about the area, including some of the ponds, as I was hoping to do some fishing when the season opens on the 1st of February. Picking up the, I guess, old trail now here that would take you out to Port Hope Simpson and out to Pinsent's Arm. But now with the road here to the right, no need to use that on a regular basis now. Throughout the trip out, the signage let me know the direction I was going, and also seen some rabbit slips in a number of places, and also a lot of rabbit tracks, as you can see here. Little rabbit's lead coming across the skidoo trail here. Someone got a slip out here, and it looks like the rabbit pulled it too. You would have been eat anyway, because there's fox tracks here earlier this morning. As you travel out this way, for a newbie traveling out here, there's lots of ponds that you end up traversing. And one of the jobs that I like to do is get to know these areas. More tracks here. Seems like cold nights they had to run, so just going across this pond now. I'm gonna catch up with Ivan. A lot of tracks here. Looks like it's a fox. Thought he had some lunch there, a bit of foam right here in the middle of the screen. Guess when you're hungry, you chew on anything. Looked like some slob on the ice, so my buddy here, he's on a skidoo that's super wide, so he's checking out the area before I venture out onto the pond. As if I get my machine stuck, could be in for a longer day before we get to our destination. Pine marten trap. Cutting a few small junipers so when we get out to the cabin, we'll have some dry wood to get the fire going, to warm up the cabin, as Ivan hasn't been out there for over a week. And when we get out here, we can see that the tide is at low tide, I think. Again, an amateur trying to read the lay of the land, but I think it is low tide, and you can see what I would call the barricaders that are being pushed up by the water when it is low tide or high tide. Not sure if you can pick it out here or not, but between the two islands out there, there's a fox, I guess, looking for an afternoon meal or a morning meal, I guess, because it's not near noon yet. But overall, that's what it looks like he's doing. He's looking for his snack. I guess one of the things coming out for a ride, and we would take a break here for about 3 to 4 hours and do some work of staining inside the cabin here, and then we would have a lunch, and then we would head back home, getting back just before dark. At least that was the plan. Heading back out now. Beautiful scenery. Not too bad going. A little bit more snow would be good, but this is what we have right now. So bay's still not froze up, so we are sticking mainly to the trails. Ponds are frozen, which is good. Put a bit of slush on some of them, but overall, been a good day. As I went further up the trail, I noticed this structure here to the right, and this was a safe haven when this was the only means of transportation on the Labrador. These would be placed in strategic locations to help warm a weary traveler if he had or they had lost their way or their machine broke down. They would be a welcome addition to any trip if they were needed. And now they just stand as a remembrance of times past. The sign here, 10 kilometers, designates that Charlottetown is 10 kilometers away. And further up, as I move up on my machine, it says that Port Hope Simpson is 35 kilometers away. Haven't had the opportunity to make that trip yet, but look forward to hopefully in the next month or two being able to do that. Almost back home now, less than 10 kilometers to go. A few more ponds to traverse, and then we'll be back to our place in Charlottetown, and look forward to the next time that I can make a trip.